He never wanted to be a businessman. He never planned to build a company, and he never chased success. He just wanted to climb, to disappear into cold air, rock faces, and places where money meant nothing and silence meant everything. He grew up without stability, moving often, owning little, learning early that comfort was temporary and control was an illusion. Anxiety followed him quietly. Not fear of failure, but fear of being trapped in a life that demanded obedience. He didn't dream of wealth. He dreamed of escape. Escape from routines. Escape from offices. Escape from systems that measured worth by productivity instead of presence. And yet, the man who tried hardest to avoid the business world would one day build one of the most influential companies on earth. Not by chasing success, but by resisting it. This is not a story about ambition. It's a story about refusal. The refusal to fit, the refusal to scale blindly, the refusal to win at a game he never agreed to play. This is the story of Yvon Chouinard. He grew up without a sense of permanence. Homes changed, cities changed. Nothing stayed long enough to feel owned. Money was always limited. Comfort was optional, and expectations were low, not because no one cared, but because survival came first. He learned early how to live with less, how to reuse, how to repair, how to depend on his hands instead of systems. School never felt right. Classrooms felt enclosed. Schedules felt artificial. Authority felt arbitrary. Anxiety didn't arrive as panic. It arrived as restlessness, a constant urge to leave, to move, to breathe somewhere wider. So he found the mountains. Climbing didn't ask for permission. It didn't care about resumes or titles. It punished arrogance and rewarded attention. On rock faces and frozen walls, there were no bosses, no meetings, no applause, just gravity, weather, and consequences. Nature didn't promise safety. It offered honesty. And in that honesty, he felt calm. While others planned careers, he planned routes. While others chased stability, he chased conditions. Ice that would hold, rock that wouldn't break, gear that wouldn't fail. He wasn't running toward success. He was running away from confinement. And he didn't know it yet, but that refusal to live the life offered to him was already shaping everything he would later build. Climbing exposed a problem most people never noticed. The gear was bad, unreliable, designed by companies that didn't climb for people who didn't fall. So he made his own. In a small workshop with simple tools and borrowed space, he began forging pitons, metal anchors meant to hold a climber's life against stone and gravity. They weren't elegant, they were honest. They worked. Word spread quietly. Climbers trusted what kept them alive. Orders followed, not because of branding, but because failure wasn't an option on a cliff face. He sold gear not to grow a company, but to pay for the next climb. Money was a tool, not a goal. As demand increased, he noticed something uncomfortable. The pitons damaged the rock. Every placement scarred the walls he loved. Success was destroying the very thing that made it possible. Most businesses would scale harder. He stopped. He redesigned the gear, shifted to removable protection, and encouraged climbers to leave no trace, even if it hurt sales. That decision confused everyone. You're not supposed to slow down when demand rises. You're not supposed to criticize your own product. You're not supposed to put ethics ahead of growth. But he wasn't building a business. He was protecting a relationship with nature, with craft, with himself. That was the first rule he broke, and it wouldn't be the last. Clothing was never the plan. It was a side effect. He needed jackets that survived wind, pants that held on granite, shirts that didn't tear when the weather turned. So he made those too. What started as functional gear slowly followed him off the mountains and into everyday life. People asked where he got it. He shrugged. He didn't care. The company needed a name. He chose one that sounded distant, unreachable, and indifferent to trends. Patagonia. It wasn't meant to be aspirational. It was meant to be honest. He rejected marketing language, rejected hype, rejected the idea that products needed to create desire instead of serving purpose. While other brands chased seasons, he slowed them down. While others redesigned to sell more, he redesigned to last longer. Growth came anyway, and with it came anxiety, because scale brings noise and noise brings compromise. Factories meant distance. Supply chains meant opacity, meant pressure. He didn't enjoy it. He resisted it. He questioned meetings, challenged expansion, and openly criticized the business world that now wanted him as one of its own. Success felt like contamination, something spreading faster than he could control. And yet, Patagonia kept growing, not because it tried to win, but because it refused to lie. Customers trusted a company that told them what not to buy, that warned them about consumption, that treated nature as a stakeholder, not a resource. It was a contradiction that worked. A business built by someone who never wanted to run one. The contradiction reached its peak when Patagonia did something no brand was supposed to do. It told people not to buy. The ad didn't celebrate innovation. It listed environmental costs, water used, carbon burned, waste created. Don't buy this jacket. To marketers, it sounded like suicide. To shareholders, it sounded irresponsible. To Yvon, it sounded honest. Sales went up anyway. Not because people ignored the message, but because they trusted it. Trust became the currency no competitor could manufacture. But success still felt wrong. More revenue meant more factories meant more extraction. More extraction meant more damage to the world he escaped to protect. He questioned everything: growth targets, product lines, even the idea of ownership. He funded environmental lawsuits against governments. He shut down operations for protests. He treated activism as a cost of doing business. Executives warned him, advisors pushed back. The system tried to correct him. He didn't adjust because he never believed the purpose of a company was to win. It was to be responsible. And responsibility in a system built on endless growth looks like rebellion. Patagonia didn't scale like others. It resisted efficiency when efficiency meant harm. It chose friction over speed. In doing so, it became something rare, a company that grew by telling the truth about why growth is dangerous. He never learned how to enjoy winning. Every milestone felt like a warning that the thing he tried to avoid was becoming permanent. So he did what almost no founder does when success finally becomes unquestionable. He let go. He questioned ownership. He questioned profit. He questioned whether a company should exist forever if its existence harmed the world it claimed to respect. While others asked how to extract more value, he asked how to remove himself from the equation. He gave the company away, not to shareholders, not to heirs, but to a structure designed to protect the planet instead of capital. Control was replaced with intention. Legacy was replaced with responsibility. It confused the business world. It didn't confuse him, because he never measured success by growth curves or valuation. He measured it by freedom, the freedom to walk away, to stay aligned, to live without betraying the places that taught him how to breathe. Yvon Chouinard didn't build Patagonia because he wanted to succeed. He built it because he refused to compromise with a system that demanded obedience over honesty. And in resisting success, he redefined it. Not as accumulation, not as dominance, but as the rare ability to build something powerful without letting it own you. Some people chase success until it consumes them. Others are consumed by trying to escape it. Yvon Chouinard did neither. He simply walked another way, and the world followed. There are people who build empires without ever wanting to rule them. Their stories don't chase attention. They leave it behind.